It seems like just yesterday that the girls and I were planting basil in the garden, and now here we are with a huge harvest of basil, and we're going to turn that into pesto today. Hi everybody, thanks so much for stopping by the homestead. My name is Sarah. And this is Samantha from Living Traditions Homestead, and today we are going to take our beautiful harvest of basil leaves and turn it into pesto. Over the years, pesto has become one of our family favorites. We've been growing it every year for probably 5 or 6 years, and every year we turn it into pesto, lots of batches that we can preserve for the future and during the winter. We use pesto in pasta, we make pesto pizza. A lot of times we'll just have it with some crackers as a dip. We absolutely love it. The whole family loves it. The first harvest is here. We have harvested, I think we measured it all out, and this is about 20 cups of green basil. And then Samantha picked out this year this purple basil, and we have about 10 cups of purple basil, so we are going to be making for the very first time ever purple pesto, and that is super exciting. So one of the things I want to tell you about pesto and making it is, you know, obviously cut it, use it as soon as possible, pick off all the leaves from the stems and discard the stems. When I'm harvesting basil from the garden, I wait until it gets like a couple feet tall and when the flowers are just starting or after it is flowered. I cut it about 2/3 of the plant all the way down, and it is going to grow back. And I'll probably have a second cutting of about this much in a matter of a month. So cut it and pick all the leaves off. Don't use the stems, don't use the flowers. I choose not to wash them. I know that there is a chance that there might be a small tiny bug or two in there, a little piece of dirt here and there, but soggy basil doesn't make very good pesto, so I choose not to wash the basil. You can wash it and use one of those like salad spinner, lettuce spinner things and dump out all the extra water. You could probably do that, but that is a little bit more time consuming than I'm wanting to put into the project. So we're going to get started. I'm going to talk with you about the other ingredients that we use to make pesto and why I've kind of substituted different things rather than what other people might use in their pesto. So obviously we're going to use some basil. Today we're using Genovese basil for the green basil, and this purple basil. We're going to be doing these separately so we can make purple pesto. That's exciting. We're going to be using Parmesan cheese, olive oil. We're going to be using minced garlic. I like to use the pre-minced garlic rather than just doing it myself, just for time-saving purposes. We are going to be using walnuts in our pesto. You know, standard recipes and the old recipes call for using pine nuts, but they are so expensive. So I don't use pine nuts for that reason. In the past, we've also used almonds, but right now, walnuts are less expensive than almonds, so we're going with almonds. We're also going to be using some salt. We use the pink Himalayan salt and just some pepper, and that's the only thing, those are the only things that you need to make pesto. Well, we're going to start off by measuring the amount of basil leaves that we need into our measuring cup. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you the measurements of everything as we're putting them in there, but we will put the recipe down below in the description. So we're making what I would consider one batch at a time. And one batch for us is going to include 6 cups of basil leaves. And we're going to put them in our measuring cup. This is a 4-cup measuring cup, and you know, you do want to kind of pack them down in there pretty well. We're going to put 4 cups in here, put it into the food processor, and then get 2 more this way. We'll put that in there. I want you to kind of just press that down. And we need 2 more cups. That's probably good. Put that in there. And right away we're going to put in just under 1 cup of Parmesan cheese. Now I use the finely shredded Parmesan cheese rather than the like powdery stuff. I think it just tastes a lot better in the pesto. Put that in there. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Now I'm just going to eyeball it because my little tablespoon measurer doesn't fit down in here. I'm going to put 2 big heaping spoonfuls of it down there. And we're going to put 1/3 cup of walnuts. I'm going to put in a little more just for good measure. And 2 dashes of salt and pepper. So I'm just actually going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Put that in there. I buy pink Himalayan salt in bulk from Amazon, and it's such a good deal. A much better deal than at the grocery store. So actually we'll go ahead and put a link to that in the description as well. I buy it in 5 pounds and sometimes 10 pounds at a time. Okay, so we've got the basil, we've got the cheese, and the garlic, the nuts, the salt and pepper. The final step is to put in the olive oil. This olive oil I get at Walmart. Even this smaller jar is less expensive than even getting the bigger jar. So it's 8.5 ounces, which is just over 1 cup, and this is what I need for this amount in the food processor. So I'm going to add that as it is all chopping up in the food processor. So go ahead and let's put the top on. Make sure. Let me help those on like that. Okay. And now, as it goes, we're going to start drizzling this in. Beautiful that is. I'm going to open it up and just stir around the edges a little bit. See if you can see down in there how absolutely gorgeous that pesto is. Going to give it a little stir here just to get some stuff off the edges, and then I'm going to process it a little bit longer. That is amazing. And that is super fast. There was nothing to that. Now, one thing I want to share with you is how we preserve this. Pesto freezes amazingly. Don't try to pressure can it. It's going to taste terrible. I don't even think that there is an approved way to can pesto. But freezing it in small freezer bags, ziploc bags. I'm going to show you how I do it. It's amazing. We've had pesto in the freezer this way for 3 years, maybe 4 years, and it is still amazing when you thaw it out. So let me show you how I do that. So I just use these quart size freezer bags from Walmart. And what I'm gonna do is to put like one meal size portion in one bag. And I'm gonna have Samantha help me. A meal size portion in my family and our family is about 1 cup. That's enough for, you know, a pesto pasta dish. It's enough, and probably more than enough for a pesto pizza. And I think that out of this batch, we might get, you know, probably 2 meals. And yep, I'm gonna have Samantha, I guess I have her already trained how to do this and help me. So I use a canning funnel and I just have her hold it inside of this bag so that I can put it in here, and then I don't get pesto like all over the place. Just drop it in there. Wait, hold on please. And scrape out what's in the measuring cup. And then just take that out. And then the trick to this is to make sure that you get as much of the air as you can out of there. So I actually just start closing the bag and squish it all up toward the front of the bag so that all of the air is coming out. And then as soon as there's just tiny, tiny little bit of air left in there, I just seal it up. And so I freeze it flat like this. I'll write on it pesto and the date and that kind of stuff. And I freeze it flat in the freezer and keep it like that. Because when it comes time to thaw it out, I can either just let it thaw out really quickly on the counter, or if I need it really quickly, I can run some warm water in the sink and just have it sit in there for like not even 30 minutes, and it's completely ready for a meal. So that is my trick for preserving and saving pesto over the winter for your family. Okay, now the excitement is about to happen. We're gonna make some purple pesto with Samantha's basil that she picked out for the family, and she helped us plant and helped us harvest. So we're gonna get going on that. Okay, here we go. Time to make purple pesto. Samantha's gonna have the honors of putting in the olive oil. Wait. There we go.
Interesting color.
It is. It's kind of eggplant colored, brownish, but kind of brownish.
It's dark. I mean, it's not green.
Oh, it's fun.
It's a fun color.
It's like eggplant colored. Let me do it a little bit more.
I want to press it.
Okay.
Is it that one?
Yep. All right, well, purple pesto. Purple is Samantha's favorite color, and so we will be excited to have this with some pasta or on a pizza or something like that. So I think you guys should, you know, stick around and watch and see if we have any pizza videos coming up or something like that. I'm sure that you'll see this pesto coming up in the future here. So I think that's all for us today. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and joining us while we make pesto from our basil harvest. And until next time, you guys, take care and God bless.
Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by the homestead today. We do truly appreciate every one of you for wanting to be part of our lives. We're now going to be putting out 5 new videos every week, Monday through Friday. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to check out the videos over here on the side. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you next time back on the homestead. God bless.